Well, on to Lesson 3. Hopefully you've become comfortable now with Lesson 2 before we proceed. Each of these 7 lessons are very compact, full of information that will serve you very well. You should take the time to get comfortable with each lesson as we proceed. We're going to go next now to what's referred to as the chromatic scale. I like the chromatic scale for 2 reasons. One, it incorporates all the available tones in music, and it also incorporates the use of all 4 fingers, as we've started doing on our pressure-sensitive touch method. The chromatic scale is called chromatic because it moves what is known in music by half steps of sound. That's the smallest increment of sound that sound can travel, or that tones can travel in music, in Western style music. On the piano, it would be 1 key to the next key. On the guitar, it's from open to the 1st fret and to each consecutive fret. These are half steps of sound, and they constitute what is known in music as chromatic motion. What we're going to do first is we're going to start open, as we usually would, and we're going to be using all downstrokes now for starters. Like I said, always remember to set that pick on the string, then you know where you are with it, and you have more control. Then we're going to go to our fret 1, 1st finger, fret 2 with the 2nd finger, fret 3, and then fret 4. But I want to show you what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is open, then I apply the 1st finger, and the pressure I'm leaving this time, a little pressure down, because the pressure I have in the index gives me leverage to pull this 2nd finger where I want. I can get a lot of stretch out of that 2nd finger as long as I have a little pressure on the index. It gives me leverage then to pull the 2nd finger into position close to the fret wire is the ideal to press. Then I can release the index. Now I'll do the same thing. My 2nd finger becomes leverage then to pull the 3rd finger where I want it to go. Then I can release the 2nd finger. The 3rd finger becomes leverage for the pinky. The same works conversely if you come back. The pinky becomes leverage, coming back to the 3rd finger. 3rd finger leverage to the 2nd. 2nd finger becomes pressure leverage to the 1st, and then open. Now running through the chromatic scale, I would go through each string, and I'm going to refer to O for open string, 1 for index, 2 for middle finger, 3 for the 3rd finger, 4 for the pinky. So I have as a finger pattern here going open, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the next string. Open, the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 1, 2, 3. Only 3 on the 3rd string, because remember in our introduction that there's a little difference of tuning between the 3rd and the 2nd string. So we're only required to go 3 frets on string 3, then we continue with 4 on the 2nd string. Open, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 1st string. Then you can come back in the same fashion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open, 2nd string. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open, 3rd string. Only 3. 4th string. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open, 5th string. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open on string 6, and we've completed the chromatic scale. Now it's very important for you to work very slowly with this. Try to get it into time, and you might want to work at a tempo slower than what I'm demonstrating, which would be about 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Open, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very slow. Try to get it into time. Now, there's also another way of working with your left-hand fingers to play this chromatic scale. We can go open, 1, and then leave the 1st finger down. And then you have 2 fingers of leverage to get the 3rd finger. Now 3 fingers of leverage to get the 4th. This is leaving all the fingers down. Coming up on each string. You have to have that left hand angle as such to do this. If your hand's turned out too far, you won't be able to do that. If You've got to come back, lock your shoulder in, and come from this angle we discussed earlier with the left hand, so that you're able to have the fingers line up to the strings. Open your fingers, play and relax, and then start trying to keep your fingers down when you go up. Either way will work. When you come back, you already have your fingers down. So if I was coming up on string 1, now when I come back, see, all my fingers are left down, so all I have to do is release each finger when I come back. Now when I get to the second string, you have a choice. You can line them all up and release each finger, or you can go back to the single finger method and use each finger as leverage to pull down. So you really have two ways there of using the left hand. One is with the individual use of the fingers, each finger acting as leverage for the next finger, or you have the method of laying all 4 fingers down simultaneously. Okay? Play it back and forth till you get accustomed and comfortable with doing that in time. And then you should stop and practice this until you get comfortable with it, and then I'll see you on lesson number 4. Thank you.